Hello, everybody. Today is April 15th, 2021. Uh, Wanted to start off tonight just talking about the Supreme Court. The Democrats seem to believe that it's set up right now with 6 Republican or conservative justices to 3 Democratic liberal justices. I don't believe that because I believe that John Roberts, who seemed like he was conservative or Republican, I think he was put in office by Bush. He leans left all the way. So right now there's a 5-4. If we were to believe that the 3 that Trump put in, and the other 2 are truly conservative, and Roberts being over on the leftist side, the liberal side, it's 5-4. So, but the Democrats want to count Roberts on the Republican side to make their argument about needing 4 more justices added in order to make it what they would say is 6 Republicans and 7 Democrats, and that puts it back in line with them. But it would be even more swayed than that because, like I said, Roberts is he's leaning more left. So it would be swayed big time toward their side. Okay, and with that, then I just think a lot of our liberties, a lot of justice is going to be thrown right out the window because these people are these are the bad guys. There's no doubt that these guys are the bad guys, and they are in this to take control of our lives. They want to rule over us. Okay, and we can't let that happen. So the only way that they could do this, okay, would be there's a thing called a filibuster in the Senate, okay, and that's where all this is going to turn out for. And what they have is this filibuster thing, and from the research that I did on it, it looks like a senator can basically any senator on any topic, if I'm saying this rightly, or if I looked at it right, could make a debate on anything that they want, and they can debate for an hour, a day, months, forever, if they wanted to. In order to stop that and have the bill and the legislation move forward, they would have to take a vote in order to stop it, and that vote would be it'd have to be 60 votes for closure. Okay, to close it out, to end it, so they can move forward. Okay, so that requires 60 votes. Well, there's right now, we're at 50-50 right now, so they would have to bring over 10 Republicans over to their side to get what they want to do to pass forward. So if they want to try to pack the courts, there's got to be 10 Republicans that are willing to side with them. Now, we've seen that they got a few. They got a couple of Republicans that are Republican in name only because they're leaning toward the bad guys too. So, but they don't have 10. Okay, so they need to get rid of this filibuster in order for them to pack the Supreme Court, probably, hammer with the gun stuff, all kinds of different things. So that just can't be allowed to happen. These are bad guys. I mean, there's no doubt about it that these are bad guys. They're pushing, man. I mean, they're pushing for all they got. They're trying their damnedest to just force things down our throats. And they have the power. They have the power right now. Look what happened with the they didn't stop to see any evidence for this voter fraud stuff. Luckily from what I'm hearing and from what I'm seeing on social media and stuff, because you're not seeing it from the mainstream media, is that the military took this very, very seriously. Okay, and all the evidence that that Powell and Giuliani and all these other sources, Mike Lindell and all their stuff that they were looking at, the military took all these things and they looked at it seriously. The Supreme Court just snubbed their noses out of it, and they didn't want to have no part of it. What do we have a Supreme Court for, if not for an issue like the presidential election? They didn't want to get involved. I don't know if they were threatened or what the deal was, but especially, the 3 picks that Donald Trump picked to go in there, didn't seem like they wanted any part of it. Thomas and Alito seemed like they were the only ones, with any backbone behind them to come out and say what was going on and what they believed. It's a shame, that it's coming down to this. You can't trust the courts from the top down. How many times did we see some federal judge in some state, way out, in Hawaii someplace, making decisions for the entire country? Ever since Trump became president, I started to pay attention when he was running for president. I started paying attention, and me and my dad, we talk about this all the time. Cannot believe the things that we know today that we didn't know back then. We just took it for granted, or we listened to what the mainstream media was saying, and that's we figured that they were telling us the truth, and we come to find out that there is corruption through every aspect of everything around us. Congress is, I cannot believe some of that there is so much bad stuff going on in there. They're sending money like crazy to all kinds of different places, and they're putting others before the United States. Donald Trump, America first. Gee, God bless you, Donald Trump. That's exactly correct. That's the way it should be. We got problems here. We got problems here that we need to work on, and not be sending billions and billions of dollars, millions of dollars all over the damn place, to places. What the heck? Putting ourselves in a bind with the money, making decisions for babies, that aren't even born yet, or that could be born, and the whole abortion thing. I stand on the life side of that. If a little baby can live, that's murder, in my opinion. So I look at it like, these courts are supposed to be standing up, and there's supposed to be a line of defense for us. They're supposed to be doing things by the Constitution, not making up rulings on their own. If it's not constitutional, it's not constitutional. But they seem to... they all want to interpret it. There really shouldn't be any Republican or Democrat or conservative or liberal justices. That shouldn't even be the case, because they're supposed to be going off the Constitution, from what I understand. So I know it aggravates me. It's got to aggravate millions upon millions of us patriots here in the United States. Something needs to happen. Things need to go back to the foundation of how the country was built. And until we do that, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. We got the wrong people in there making decisions, and there's nobody that's willing to stop them. Somebody's pulling their strings. It's all about money. Again, it's a subject that my dad and I have talked about. You should not be able to go into the Senate or the House and then come out and you're a multimillionaire. How does that happen? Unless there's deals going on, backdoor deals, and these people it's all about the money, and they're supposed to be making decisions about us. And they're just spending our money. They're seeming, especially the Democrats, they don't even believe that our money is our money. It's their money. We should be grateful that they're even letting us have any money. So crazy stuff going on. I know that there's stuff going on behind the scenes that we're not seeing in the mainstream media. But man, when it comes out, it's going to come out just an absolute. The floodgates are going to be opened, and we're going to know more than we possibly ever wanted to know, and we're going to see things for what they are. And like I said, right now, it's pretty obvious things are bad, and we're about to find out that they're a million times worse than what we ever thought. But I think justice, in the end, justice will prevail. I think Heavenly Father is not going to let this country go down. And I think that when the time is right, and like I said, I think things are already happening right now, and they are trying their damnedest to try to keep it under wraps, trying to keep it from in front of our eyes. And lucky for them, they have the mainstream medias on their side. And really, the only way to get information is to go on social media and start listening to some of these guys. Scott McKay, Patriot Street Fighter. He seems to have a lot of information that makes sense. Juan O'Savin, people like that. I also watch some of the prophetic voices that are out there. Mark Taylor, he's kind of been hard to find. I don't know if they were, not allowing him to be on YouTube or Twitter or anything else, but he's been right about just about everything that he's ever come out and said that God has showed him or told him. So according to these different prophets out there, something's coming, and it's God's in complete control of this whole thing. So keep the faith, hang in there. Let's hope that they don't do too much stupid stuff, so that way when Donald Trump gets back there and is back, as president of the United States, where we can all look and see it, that he doesn't have too much of a problem trying to get things, that these idiots that are in there right now that are tearing things down and doing things crazy. So anyways, thank you guys for listening, and whenever the next time something strikes me that I want to come on here and talk about, I'll see you then. Thanks.